Good morning. We're out here this morning at Bronco Trailhead, northeast from Carefree, Arizona. Going to do the shakedown hike number 3. I think the planned mileage is about 23 miles. It rained yesterday, so the trail is a little damp and muddy, but should be help with finding water, I guess. There's a number of springs in the area we're going to be passing through. Should be a good hike. Nice sunny day, clear skies today after yesterday's rain. And let's get to it. Well, we just started our hike. We're only about 100 feet from the parking lot. And actually talked to a guy in the parking lot who was on bike. He was riding the Maricopa Trail, a 240-mile loop around Greater Phoenix area, connecting up most of the Maricopa County parks. We're about 1 hour into our hike. We passed the mountain biker who started a few minutes before us. He had an advantage on the flat parts, but his disadvantage even on the climbs is that his tires pick up so much mud. Our shoes get muddy very quickly also in many areas, but he spends a lot more time scraping his tires free of mud than we do scraping mud off our shoes. But anyway, we're coming up to a pond. It was dry when we hiked this area on the Maricopa Trail, so it's interesting to see it wet. Where here's that wildlife / cattle pond. There are some hoof prints down here in the mud, although it's not that exciting having cows around as far as pooping near the water and such. The water itself is actually fairly clear. I filtered on the Arizona Trail from places where the water was extremely brown and clogged the filter very quickly. Well, we arrived at the first cattle fence out here. This one is very skinny, and it's made so a cow can't pass through it, but my pack would be catching all over this thing if I were to make the little U-turn here. So we'll be opening up this part of the gate. And stepping over it. We stopped here in the wash to have lunch. It's pretty nice out. It's partly overcast, so not too warm and kind of hitting the shade. But so we're having a couple bagels with cheese on them. It's a pretty good lunch, everything bagels. And trying out some new gear today. Jennifer gave me some hand-me-down paddle gloves that with an SPF of 50. So I'm using them for sun gloves, trying them out. Although the size appeared it was going to be too small, they seem to fit okay. So I may be taking them out on the AT. Just came across the old corral. Not in use anymore since the gate's open. So it's kind of laying on the side. Another small corral and gateway at the fence. No fence to open here. And the corral is wide open. But there was a metal cow feeder. I think it's kind of moved or shrubs overgrown it. Let's see if I have a picture from last time I was out here. Well, we've been watching for the saguaro for the last mile and a half. This is one of, I believe, 2 crested saguaros we've seen out here when we backpacked this section of the Maricopa Trail before. And you can see how the top is kind of mutated. It's pretty interesting. I think we missed the other one because I think it's behind us now. Another gate. This one's kind of cool. Trailhead. This one has a weight, so it's self-closing. The creek just came into view. We decided we'd stop down there for water because we knew there was water from talking to a hiker that had come up this way earlier today, and we're not sure when we're going to see water again, if we're going to see any decent places to filter. And the creek is seasonal, but being spring I expected there would be water. Let me show you. So we're going right down there, and it's only about 1/10 of a mile or less off trail, so it's not bad. We're now down here at the creek, and we're going to filter some water, get a couple liters, and then we'll hike on. Trail's been like this for a while. Muddy here. Cows have been walking through it before or after the rain yesterday. So it's kind of a nuisance. But we're out here, it's fun. And now we're looking for a campsite. It's about 5:30 and hoping to find something decent in the next 30 minutes. We'll see. Well, we stopped for the night. Nice, found a place before it got dark. Kind of alongside I'll show you, alongside the cow run down there. But they're definitely around. They're scattered all over these hills and paths about everywhere you look. But we're tucked over here out of the way, not on a cow path, and kind of blocked in by the tree and all this shrubbery. Got dinner going, and should be eating soon. And chance of rain tonight is still about 30%. It's starting at 2 a.m. So maybe it'll be rain through the night, maybe not. The distance today, we hiked 17.5 miles. That leaves us about 11 miles for tomorrow. See you in the morning. Weather forecast for last night was 30% chance of rain at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. At 2 a.m. it did start sprinkling. At 3 a.m. picked up lightly. And by 5 a.m. it's steady rain. And now an hour and a half later, it's 6:30. We're still in the tent. And still steady rain. And now the forecast says rain until noon. So we're going to have to get it packed up soon. It's going to be a wet hike out. And it was already a little muddy yesterday on the trail from rain the day prior, and so it's bound to be quite muddy. We're mostly packed up except for our food bags and the tent itself. So we're still kind of hanging out there. Got everything packed up. Came to get the bear bag, which I put in a tree here to keep the rodents away. But I'll be going over to make some cold oatmeal and then pack up the food, take down the tent, and we'll get on the trail. The weather has improved. Rain slowed to a mist, and now it's stopped altogether. The sun's kind of peeking through the clouds. The forecast still says the same thing, rain till 11 o'clock, but it's looking much better. We're not even wearing our rain gear. But we're going to get on trail now. We'll see you down the trail. Whenever there's cows around, they're always making paths. Here there's the cow path is so defined it looks almost as good as the trail. There's the real trail, we believe. There's the trail for the cows have made. Equally muddy, equally rocky. We're going this way. Still following a cow trail. These low branches walking along the creek are made more challenging by the fact that my tent is on top of my pack this morning, since the tent was extremely wet from last night's rain. Push through some of this, duck under the rest where it's necessary. Oops. Crossing Cave Creek. I don't think I said yesterday, but we're out in the national forest lands here, which is why all the cows and cow pies. And it's especially hazardous walking today after the rain. After 2 miles ascending on the Skunk Tank Trail, we're now descending, and we realized we've actually been on this trail before. I thought maybe we had, and I looked at my guy app and saw, yes, we've been out here in 2021. We both recognized the road when we saw it coming down. So it rained overnight, of course, into the morning, but now it's a nice spring-like day. But last time we were out here, it was in the rain, and this was just a big muddy mess. We're sliding down the hill, and mud was sticking to our shoes, pancaking on it. It's just a mess. Today's conditions are much better. The forecast today, though it cleared up this morning, was for potential rain this afternoon around 3. It's not that late now. It's more like 2 o'clock. But starting to feel sprinkles, and definitely some dark clouds behind us. So may have to stop shortly and put my raincoat on. Jennifer was the first to respond to grab her umbrella. It's picked up a little bit. It's pretty steady right now, but not too heavy. So I said, yeah, I'd do the same. Maybe I'll see if I can get the umbrella clip to work. Never been that successful using it in the wind, but it's not really windy right now, so hopefully that'll that'll hold the umbrella in place, and I can use the hiking sticks. This is Jennifer down by the tank. Well, in addition to the umbrella, I stopped and put my raincoat on, got my rain mitts out, and a buff on my neck. It's really cooled off the last 20 minutes, and I've never done it far to go back to the car. I don't want it to be fully soaked when I arrive there. The trail's super muddy. Now it's all wet again, sliding all over the place, so it's hard to walk too fast. But feeling warmer, feels better. Still using the umbrella because it covers my my camera in my shoulder strap pocket. So I could put it in my shorts, I guess, but I don't have rain pants on or anything, so it'd still be risk of getting a little wet, water running down my rain jacket. So I'll just continue with the umbrella. Well, we've made it back to our car. About 12.7 miles on the day. I think it was 7 hours. So it was all right. We had some breaks and dealing with the mud and stopping to put rain gear on and such, and put the umbrellas up and put them away. So it was pretty good. Total for the weekend, 30.5 miles. I don't know what the elevation was. It was supposed to be around 5,000, I believe.